Hey guys, it's Claire Akin with the Fiddle Leaf Fig Plant Resource Center, and today I want to do another installment of what's wrong with my Fiddle Leaf Fig. Now this question comes from Rebecca, and she watched our webinar and sent us in pictures of her plant, and there's a couple different things going wrong with this plant. And so first of all, she gives us the telltale signs of root rot. She said, I noticed that something was wrong with my plant. What happened where there were brown spots starting at the leaves at the bottom of the plant that are spreading quickly day by day. And so we know this is root rot because we know one of the telltale signs of root rot is it starts at the lower leaves of the plant and works upwards, and the brown spots spread. And so if it were dryness, we would see maybe some dryness on the edges of the plant, but brown spots in the middle of the leaf that are spreading rapidly, that's root rot. It's a problem. It's also dropping leaves, which is another telltale sign of root rot. So another thing that's going wrong with this plant is something is eating it. And so this is either an insect, or it could be a caterpillar, it could be something that is actually consuming the plant. The way that these look, they're kind of shaped like scalloped, basically holes bitten out of the plant. The reason that I know this was probably a pest or a critter is she also had said that she found ladybugs on her plant, which technically can be a good thing because ladybugs eat some of the harmful pests that can consume your fiddle leaf fig or cause problems for your fiddle leaf figs. But because there were ladybugs, I know that this plant had been outside and that it was basically exposed to outdoor elements, including pests and critters, and this telltale kind of notching, eaten away thing. It could have been a snail, it could have been a caterpillar. There's no way to tell exactly what it was, but because of the pattern of the holes, I think that something's consuming the plant, which probably isn't a huge deal. It looks like maybe something munched this off and then went on its merry way. I would remove this leaf if it bothers her, but if not, that's probably not the key concern for the plant. If it wasn't so clear that it looked like something had actually eaten this, it could have been that I would consider physical trauma. So either that your plant was moved or that it was very windy. That causes some cracks and some bruising that eventually dry out and can basically dry out and desiccate and form holes in your plant. But because of the way this just looks like something has eaten it, that's what I would think is going on here. So for this problem, I would spray it down with a hose, definitely the undersides of the leaves. Make sure you remove all pests, and then maybe spray it with something like our leaf armor or a neem oil to protect it against any pests in the future. So all in all, I think this prognosis for this plant is pretty good. I think it can make a full recovery. What I would do is, put a moisture meter in there to see if it's very, very wet. If it's very wet at the bottom of the plant, you may consider repotting it with a lighter mix. But if it's not, you could probably just let it dry out. So water less often. Do our root supplement treatment, which protects against root rot within 24 hours. So that can kind of stop the infection and help your roots kind of form their own immune response against whatever pathogen is causing the root rot. And then use a moisture meter and don't water until it's very, very dry, a 4 or less. When you stick the moisture meter down at least 3 inches, stick it down about halfway between the trunk and the exterior of the pot, 3 inches down, and when it's 4 or less on the moisture reading at that point, then go ahead and water. But just be really careful about overwatering and give it more light, as much light as you can possibly give it at this time of year. I know it's winter, but do your best to give it more light, really hold back on the watering, remove any pests, try the leaf armor, the root supplement, and I think that your plant will do really, really well in the future. So thank you, Rebecca, for your question. And if you have a question about your fiddle leaf fig, you can email me anytime, claire@fiddleleaffigplant.com. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel below. Thanks for watching. Bye.